Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about microphones and how to improve the quality of your microphone sound in your stream. First of all, is mic placement. Have your mic pretty close to your mouth, and that will help get rid of some of the reverb from your room. And we're going to talk pretty much about compressing the sound and EQ. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to remove the compressor and EQ from mine, and I'm going to add the VST plugin. We're using Reaper plugins. Just Google that, and they should come up in your Google. So we're gonna name this comp for compressor. Select plugin is recomp, open interface, and we're gonna mess with the threshold and ratio. And also we're gonna add auto makeup. If you're using a different compressor, you can make up your gain through your volume control, or a lot of them will have a makeup gain here. So we're going to drop this a little bit lower than what my volume is hitting at its maximum. So about 37, 35 dB, somewhere around that. And I'm going to add a ratio of about 3 to 1 or 4 to 1. I like using 4 to 1. It's dropping it about 6 dB, but when I click the auto makeup, it's going to raise it however much it's dropping my max. So this is going to clean up my sound. I'm going to boost that just a little bit, add a little bit more gain there. And you can see that it's now hitting at about negative 15 dB. And if I speak softer, it's hitting about 20. Whereas if I didn't have compression, it would be a much wider gap between that. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to add EQ. Again, we're VST plugins. I'm going to name this EQ2 since I already have another EQ on there. And select plugin will be the re-EQ, open plugin interface. First thing we're going to do is add a high pass, and we're going to move that around 150 dB or 150 hertz to 200 hertz. That's where right about the human voice starts. You can see how I've got a little bit of a low end coming in there, but most of my voice is above this curve. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our second band, bring the bandwidth way down, and turn the gain all the way up, and we're gonna sweep until we find something that's a bit unpleasant. For me, it's around 600, so right about there. You can start hearing some of that what they call boxiness. It's just a term that means that it sounds like you're speaking in a box. We're gonna turn that down to about -6. And I'm going to do the same with this third band. Bring the bandwidth down. It's sometimes called Q. And we're going to bring that down to about -7 or so. Bring the gain up. And this is at 1,000. It's got a little bit of ring to it already, but my voice tends to have a bit more boxiness here around 800. So I'm going to bring that down also to about -6 or so. And then for this fourth band, we want this high shelf frequency around 6,000. We want it to affect things around 1,000 and higher. It's a very wide bandwidth on this, so we're gonna boost that about 2 to 3 dB, and you can already hear some of the clarity starting to come through. I'm gonna boost that bandwidth a little bit because I want it to drop a little bit lower, and I'm going to add a fifth band, and we are gonna just boost a little bit in that low range. And you can see how it's starting to even out the tone of my sound and just make it a bit easier to understand. It's cleaning up those bad frequencies and adding just a hint of bassiness to my voice. So that's just a general setup of how you would want to do a EQ and compression. So I hope you've learned something, and thanks for watching.